Every revolution, it starts with a movement. All right, so this is kind of like a suicide mission, you know. It's a real good chance that we're not gonna make it back from this. And I'm okay with that.
Conflict is essential to the development and growth of man and society. It leads either to the construction or destruction of an entire group or state. As a leader of men, you should understand this concept without question. If you not understand the need for conflict, then you should not be in control of a society that you're supposed to be in charge of. If there's no conflict and no order stalled, there can be no order. The resolution of a man's affairs, royal or otherwise, is personal development and empathy. However, conflict does not always mean confrontation.
Wake up and smell the doobie. They say this chapter coming to a closer, and low as I might get is just enough to knock me over. To make my dope seem useless and me barely not be sober. Or take a good night kiss from my bitch, barely not reloaded. They say life is what you make it, but it's more like TV dinners. And we only taking heed to messages the TV send us. Neglecting what we feeling, disrespecting intuition. Knowing something wicked this way comes but too afraid to mention it. That's flawed. The line wait for enemies to shoot you, that's hard. To log on and let programmers reboot you, that's hard. To keep us uninformed, don't you think? But if I'm planning full control, then why wouldn't I want you weak? It's a sad sight to see that we ain't one. Can't agree on shit, let's it's about some reality show on VH1. Too entrenched in trash to see that we the non-fucking factors. Unaware that we got bombs coming and a storm brewing. And it's ended right before our eyes, and we don't even know it, dude. I just hope I can help you see it, so maybe one day you can say you saw it coming for it, dude. And look me in my eyes before you pull the trigger. And look me in my eyes before you pull the trigger, so I know who to hunt when I make it back. Technology's advancing on a daily, and soon we'll be living one of those futuristic movies from the 80s. Subliminals not necessary, they tell us to our face in so many words. Our future's fading out while everybody's faded. I'm jaded with envy, if that makes sense, but what does in a world where only dollars do? If you not sold, you undone like a corset, and don't nobody want you, but if it's forced out, we get ours. Come through this bitch and big like, oh, torches out, cause they don't want us inside. So they turn lights on their porches out, and garage doors stay down, let's stay pulling they new Porsches out. Now my niggas start the block with something to rip. And I ain't talking resent, cause I stayed on that street too. I'm talking possession with an intent, and while we checking niggas G-cards, they checking out stars. Plotting their courses for the quickest ways to get back to Mars. They blending aliens with Jesus, not sure where they gon' send us yet. And I'm stuck in the middle where all the rest of the sinners at. And it's ended right before our eyes, and we don't even know it, dude. I just hope I can help you see it, so maybe one day you can say you saw it coming for it, dude. And look me in my eyes before you pull the trigger. And look me in my eyes before you pull the trigger, so I know who to hunt when I make it back. I keep my head in the clouds even when my eyes ain't. I speak in gifts, so I bequeath to you this picture I paint. No charge, everyone wanna own the planet like it ain't so large. And if you measure in contrast, I guess it ain't no sword. So they keep armies on command and right at their disposal. And high society hook us to write up their proposals. They get high of excitement and shoot us up with boredom. They argue over millions, we shoot up over Jordans. Ain't too much in life that's surefire, but this is. You plan on running something, make sure you can go the distance. Cause the rulers as the word don't measure up, but we employ them nonetheless. I mean, they all been taking shots, but so far everybody's missed it. Now the internet is selling post-apocalyptic kiss, and we so anti, we don't give a post-apocalyptic shit. But if you got your 2 mil, and Vivo's got them shelters, who else are we to blame? I'm saying we done fucked ourselves up.
All right, peace to the family, peace to the family. Thanks for joining us. Hey man, welcome to Sankofa 180 degrees. Queen,
Yes.
let's get it.
All right. Ma'at Hotep to all the queens in the room and all the kings in the room. It certainly is an honor and a privilege to be amongst you today. I am going to read some words of wisdom that I want to share with you guys. And I hope something resonates in these words for you. It goes on to say, I will realize my own worth when I accept myself exactly as I am. Self-value means I know who I am. Self-esteem means I am who I say I am. Self-worth means I believe I am who I say I am. Until today, you may not have been aware of how your knowledge of your own value affects your self-esteem or how your self-esteem affects your sense of self-worth. Just for today, make sure that what you know about yourself is reflected in what you say about yourself, because what you say about yourself influences what you believe about yourself. Today, I am devoted to knowing, saying, and believing the very best about myself. And that comes from Until Today Daily Devotionals for Spiritual Growth and Peace of Mind. Ashe.
I say, sweet, sweet. Peace to the family, peace to the family. Hey, family, we got a couple of we got a new member come that came through and
Oh, wow.
paid us a visit.
Okay.
Brother named Sharon. Hey man, I want to introduce him, man. And welcome the brother, man. Hey, Sharon, go ahead and introduce yourself, King.
What's up, y'all? I'm uh I'm new, but I ain't new. I'm just learning like everybody else. You know, I know a little bit, and that's basically it. I'm here. I'm present. I am.
Welcome. Welcome.
For
Yeah,
sure,
thanks.
for sure, for sure. Hey, we see Eric is in the house. Peace to you, Eric. Hey, this the brother right here that we was talking about, Queen. He's in Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Peace,
Okay.
peace,
Peace,
peace, Eric.
peace and blessings to everybody. As y'all see, I'm driving. I just got off work, but I'm glad to be part of it. But yeah, so bear with me. Got wind in the background, so I'll be listening to them, but I'll don't want to have an outside interference for the presentation. But thanks to be here. Welcome everybody else. Nice to meet you, brother.
Nice meeting you, Eric.
Yes, ma'am. Nice meeting you as well, sister.
You
Thank
too, man.
Okay, and
Yes,
then
sir.
Queen Carrie, peace, and this is of course the Queen. Uh and I mean, you want to say something, Queen Carrie?
I'm good. Well, I'm glad to see you, Sharon, Eric, and Gerald. I'm excited to hear your presentation.
Good to hear you. I can't see you though, but good to hear you. Hear your voice.
I know that's because I'm still in my nightgown. That's the way it is. It's been one of those mornings. Anyway,
Okay.
love you guys.
Love
Thank
you.
you. Love you back.
That's right. And that was a nice what'd you call it again, Queen?
Just words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. That was really good, man. I like that. That was good.
Thank
Uh,
you.
that was really tough, man. Uh, hey, so family, I just wanted to say, man, don't forget the first Sunday every month, man. We do the children's book read. You know, man, this is where we got children that that comes in. We do, they read a book online, live for everybody, and uh we talk about the book, and then these books, like I said, are about real people, real events, um, African, you know, uh, 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 centered books. You know what I mean? Teaching our African history, right? And so what we do is, each first Sunday every month, you'll put all the kids will put their names in the chat. We'll put them on the wheel, spin the wheel. Whoever wins win a free book. Don't cost you nothing. We mail it straight to your house free of charge. These books are really good quality books. Um, I just want you guys to know, man, that you can't beat it. Um, it's like, I mean, it's free to you. It don't cost you nothing, man. And like I said, this books is about, real people, real times, you know, uh, uh, you know, real things going on, man. So I just wanted you guys to you know, join, man, because like here in Florida, what they're doing where I live is they're rewriting history. You know what I'm saying? So DeSantis they got a curriculum here saying that uh history, I mean slavery was a you know, it benefited the slaves. And you know, some kind of way we got some kind of skills behind slavery. And so, you know, my thing is, fam, like, you know, we gotta combat that. It's up to us. You know what I'm saying? We can't get, you know, so this is very important, family. It's very important that we really pay attention to this, man. So family, I just wanted to show y'all this real quick. And then Gerald, we can go ahead and get started, King. All right. But this is it, fam.
Or something. I need a train. I mean, we got this brother out here doing one finger handstands while holding boulders. Baki been real quiet since this video dropped. Now I know what you're saying. Somebody who's doing something like that has to be training for something, because you ain't just doing all that just to post on the gram. And if you thought it had to be because of something deeper, you're correct. This is about lineage and how the current dynasty of Mali is undeserving. But cats can't just walk up in there like they're freaking Rambo and just start tearing up the place. That's a sure way of ordering your own 1-2 and a dry biscuit special. So instead of running into the situation head first, a tournament was announced. The Empire's greatest fighters coming together to fight in a brutal tournament. Hey yo, Liu Kang been real quiet since this video dropped. But check it, whoever wins is Mali's next Imperial General, which will line everything up for the takeover. And let me tell you this right now, the people in the tournament better come correct, cause this brother got straight up hands. And he be on that stealth game too. Yo, the dude from Assassin's Creed been mad quiet since this video dropped. So if you want to continue on with this amazing story about lineage, betrayal, freedom, and straight up hands, make sure you go to blacksands.com, scroll down a little, go to Lions Games Master of Mali, and click that buy button. Because if you don't, I can't promise you that this brother won't pop up behind you. Yo, I've been real quiet since I made this video though.
Hey, so fam, I just want y'all to just understand, man, that this is what we doing. All right. So now, without further, welcome, King. Hey, I understand you had something going on, my man. So hey, King, you want to go ahead and want to talk to him,
Hey, I just want to welcome Sharon, man. Big ups to you, Sharon. And thank you, Gerald, Queen and Maya, Eric,
Thanks,
Jen,
cuzzo.
and Carrie. And yeah, just had a little crisis out there, man. And I just do what I do, you know. And thankful to have this the spirit of my enemy, man, to handle it a little different than I would if I didn't. You know, so you know, big ups to the children's book read. I think that's coming up next week, right? Right.
Is that
Gerald,
next week?
Gerald, did your baby boy get his book?
Yeah, he got it. Got it.
Okay, he gonna be ready?
Somebody should be. Well, we'll talk for you next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Either way, man, no pressure. We got everything covered. So
That's right.
so
That's right.
yeah. So Gerald is gonna put it on, man. And I'm thankful to be a recipient of you know, him, Jamie, and Eric's teachings and stuff like that. And Sharon dropped some dimes on me before. Queen Yamaya broke out with the post-traumatic slave syndrome, and talked about that. That's really affected me in a proactive way. I'm really thankful for that. I know Carrie is even more thankful. And so thank you, Sharon, for all the provisions that you gave us, you know, for the health tip. And Sharon is loaded with information. You know, he's humble, you know,
For sure, man. Thanks, bro.
about it.
Well,
But he's humble about it. And he's got the herbs and the you know, roots and sea mosses and all that stuff on with tons of information for health stuff and a lot of the information that we talked about, me and Sharon talked about too. So, you know, I ain't gonna hold it up any longer, man. So let's get into it.
Okay, family.
I don't know where Prince is at. Prince, you talk to Prince?
I haven't, brother.
All right, go ahead and do your thing, man. I'm gonna hit him real quick.
Hey, okay, family. I just want y'all to know, man, the link is in the chat. You can join at any time you want to, man. Come on in and let's talk about it. All right. Hey, Gerald, go ahead, King. It's all on you, fam.
Okay. Black power, black love to the panel. power to the people who's joining us out on Facebook, out into the to that social media world. My name is Brother Gerald from Houston, Texas. And I was asked to do a presentation today amongst my brothers of the Sankofa 180 panel. I've been rolling with these brothers for about, I guess, maybe a month and a half. On social media, I think I was going around through one of my groups, and I think there was a post put up about they were going to be talking about, I think, the Netter almond or something to that sort. And I said, well, let me check this out. Hopefully it's okay. I give them 15 minutes of my time. If it's worth it, or if there's into some debating or any of that, because I done been through all of that. They fighting and fussing, I ain't for it. And I came into the group, and the brothers was going back, dealing with the ancient knowledge. As the group Sankofa 180 says. And Sankofa
My man, Chris, how you doing? You busy?
Go back and fetch, what was left. So I admired that. The brothers seemed very humble about what they were doing and their approach. They were about the truth. And I think that 15 minutes turned in about 3 hours or so, 3 or 4 hours. So I was hooked right then, and then we built other times, and I started to express, my history. And my history is that, basic, grew up in a Christian environment from Houston, Texas. And I went to the military to avoid getting in trouble. Went to the military, lo and behold, I end up in Egypt. At this time, I'm 20 years old, but before that, I'm in the war. I'm in the Gulf War, and I think I'm gonna die. So in the middle of me thinking I'm gonna die, at that time, I was a Christian, and I had to check my faith. I figured if I died, by me being a Christian, had been baptized at 12 years old, didn't know what I was doing, but that was the tradition. You get baptized. Jesus got baptized when he was 12, so you get baptized when you're 12. Yeah. So went through that. But by the time I'm 18 and 19, I'm cutting up. I'm an average black male doing crazy stuff, going through the trials and tribulations of, suburban city, in America. Like I say, end up in the military, facing my fate. I'm about to die. I don't join this white man's war, and I'm about to die. And I lash out at another brother who's a Muslim. And I tell this brother, hey man, you're going to hell because the Islamic shit is fake. That's fake, And he lashed back at me and tell me, no, you're going to hell because the Christian stuff is fake. Me being that young, I knew one of us was wrong. And I'm like, ooh, because in my upbringing, I'm thinking everybody's supposed to believe in Jesus. Everybody's supposed to hear about it, bow down Jesus thing. For me at this young age, I'm watching other people practice their faith or practice their religion. Done heard about Jesus, but they don't care about it. As me being in the military, I was an air crewman, so I flew around in different places. And all this allowed me to see other different faces and other different cultures, At this time, I realized, or I made my decision that they're young, either it's a bunch of different gods or it's no God. I was like, it's either a bunch of different of them or it's no God. I decided to say it's no God. I decided to say it's me who do everything. If I get up in the morning, if my alarm clock don't set, I ain't getting up in the morning. I started looking at it and taking responsibility like that. Lo and behold, the war is over. I survived the war. I end up going to Egypt. When I go to Egypt, I'm with the white people. I'm with Americans, and I consider myself an American. And some of these people, these black people, are telling me, "Welcome home, welcome home," and I'm like, "What the hell is y'all talking about?" Y'all don't know me. What kind of trick is being played on me? And they still and they trying to give me preferential treatment. Come to the front of the line. You eat first, and this, that, and the other. At this time, I'm green. No, I'm an American. I'm with them. Got to see some things, and then I end up coming back home. When I come back home, I hear this tape by a brother named Ashwa Kwesi. And Ashwa Kwesi is in Egypt, in Kemet, and he's telling people, "I can take you back and show you this." And I'm watching this tape, and I'm like, yeah, he's not lying. And he's saying, that's us. And he's saying he learned it from Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark, who had taught him back in 78 when they first came to school. So me already going down there and me seeing this was my awakening. This flipped everything, this turned my world upside down into, shit. Why were they keeping me away from these Egyptians? The Egyptians was black, but I come up through the Christian scheme of things. So I go back trying to push this. Hey, I come back to Houston and, hey, we the Egyptians, we black and this, that, and the other. And, they give me the full treatment. Man, you crazy. My family tell me you've been, Satan done got into you, went overseas and came back crazy. And I'm trying to tell everybody, and I'm trying to show them with information, but they're not one to receive it. I go through my stage of going to the barbershops and arguing with people about this, that, and the other. And slowly but surely, more material starts to come out, more access to information comes out, and a little more people. Y'all give me one? Okay. Get you some out. Okay. Be careful out there, auntie. Okay. Get you some out. Sorry about that, y'all. I take care of my auntie.
Oh, you good, King? You good?
So, went through those stages and more information come out and more people became receptive. This was basically the mid 90s, starting to get into the early 2000s. Been amongst a bunch of people in little study groups and getting amongst brothers trying to figure it out and what this and changing our names and, just trying to figure it out. Saw the debate stage come out with the people from Kemet and the people from the Hebrews and the people from the Moors and the metaphysical community and the revolutionary community, and everybody fighting about basically who are black people and what black people supposed to be. So it was a debate that went on there. We didn't build, we destroyed each other. And these were some of the brightest and strongest brothers that I've seen come up with, had knowledge of self, knowledge of that information, but they used it to break each other down. And you got camps that form, and I like this person, or I don't like that person. And it just got old and stagnant. People kind of turned a blind eye to it. People who've been around to it, you tell them about somebody who got some hot information, yeah, I'll check it out, because it had gotten that stale and old. My understanding about that is when you turn back to the source, and I've always been told by my scholars the source was the Nile Valley civilization. Not because we say so, because the records say so. There might be other places older, this, that, and the other, but without those records, it don't mean a thing. And people keep saying records will come up later. Okay, if records come up later, then we'll talk about that later. But right now, Nile Valley is where it's at. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. We don't even play about it. Other people got stories from the Bible and this, that. Those are claims until you get evidence to back it up. The evidence is in the Nile Valley. So that's why I look for it. That's where the truth is. But through trying to figure it out, I figured out, and just because the answer is to say you need to be organized, you need to be in a study group. I do have the floor now. Yeah, I can put up. Okay.
Yeah. You should be good.
Yeah. So it's a thing when I went back to the Nile Valley, you'll keep hearing this statement: know thyself, know thyself, know thyself. Know thyself, know thyself. That's an ancient thing that the ancients were talked about. When the sister opened up tonight, the affirmation she was talking about was basically about the self, about the knowledge of self. Okay, so back then I got into I organized a study group, and the study group was it was actually called the Know Thyself Study Group. Okay, we met online, and the lessons was emphasized the importance of moving from what we call miseducation to education. From miseducation to education. And then it teaches us about the 5 dimensions of the self. When we say it knows ourselves, we're talking about the spiritual self, that's one part. The physical self, that's a second part. The personal self, the social self, and the ancestral self. Okay? And again, these 5 dimensions that I'm talking about are taken from this book that we have the Know Thyself book. So it was a study group that was formed basically around this group. Okay, and it was to learn about the African mind. Who are we? Who am I? What is my purpose? What is my goal? Why do we act in certain behaviors? Why do we act in these ways? Well, I wanted to figure that out because most time when we talk with our people, those type of questions that come out about our people doing a certain thing and acting a certain way and doing this, that, and the other. So one thing is to talk about it. The next thing you know is to study, to get involved. And there are people who have done that research. So our process was to figure out, and from an African-centered point of view, studying our people, what were they saying about who we are, why we act this way, why we socialize in certain ways and whatnot. And again, that's that basic, and I'll get more into dealing with those 5 selves. But I think the first thing that I said was, sorry, I'm a little,
You ain't got to apologize, Gerald.
I'm a little slow. I'm learning though. I'm gonna learn.
Good. Take your time, King.
From I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yeah, we can see it. Yep.
Okay. Miseducation. Miseducation is the process of being trained away from our own culture and instead adopting an alien identity that benefits another group of people. Africans in America have been given an alien identity by being forced by whites to adopt white values, a white lifestyle, a white way of thinking, and a white philosophies and religion. This falsified conscious, to borrow a phrase from Dr. Amos Wilson, has been manufactured over a long period of time and is the result of consistent and prolonged physical, psychological, spiritual, and economic trauma. Okay? So we all talk about being miseducated. And we see what's properly, we got that right now going on, as our brother Jamie always telling us, as he's fighting and educate his children and educate the people what's going on in Florida. As anybody who's woke or know, because that's what they supposed to be going against the awakened community, the woke community, by actually miseducating and misinterpreting and basically outright, as they say, falsifying consciousness by lying about the history of slavery. Telling slavery how it is. They tell us that it was some type of, we benefited from it some type of way. I'll open up the floor to you, my bad.
Okay, no. Just real quick, man. Isn't it ironic, man, that they labeled themselves the woke community, and it's been a woke consciousness for a minute, man. So to me, that's in reference to, intruding again. So go ahead. I just wanted to throw that in. There's a couple of different woke communities, man, that followed after, I heard about, I joined into this woke consciousness. So I just wanted to throw that out there for awareness.
Trying to find this next one dealing with.
Hey y'all, look, I gotta say something. I apologize, Gerald. You know it. I hated to miss this, man. I'm having issues on the job right now. I even got to run up there and fix some time. It's another issue with another employee, but it's all good. But man, please forgive me that I missed your presentation. I will check it out on YouTube, and hopefully we get back on later tonight, and y'all get at me and let me know if y'all gonna get back on, and we can discuss what was talked about, and I can at least we can have a discussion on that. But man, I love y'all. Sankofa 180. But I just gotta go. I gotta handle this, so I do apologize to y'all.
Hey, handle that business appropriately, King.
Handle your business. All over.
Handle it appropriately, man. Take the ancestors with you, baby boy.
Yes, sir. And I love y'all, man. And I'll holler at y'all later. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace.
So again, if we accept that, as we said, miseducation is the process of being trained away from our own culture and instead adopting an alien identity that benefits another group of people. The being woke in everything is us rejecting that. That makes sense?
Yeah, definitely.
When we start rejecting their culture and running to our
Hey, did you stop? What happened?
Now you're probably talking to his auntie, man.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that was yeah, yeah, it's crazy how how this is designed, King, right? Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy how it's designed through education.
I apologize, fam.
No,
Sorry, we know you handling that business, man.
Yeah, my auntie said, keep telling me it's hot out there. I'm telling her, auntie, I know you keep wanting to go out there, yeah, but it is hot. You can't have them.
I love the way you take care of them, man. I love the way you take care of auntie.
Priorities. Yeah. So again, what they said, miseducation is the process of being trained away from our own culture. Some type of way, the ones that they call woke, we figured that out. It's like, this is not our culture. Something wrong. This is not it. You understand?
Right.
We understood we had been miseducated, even though at the time we went through it, we didn't understand. At a certain time, we say, this ain't it. This is what makes us return to the source. This is what makes us Sankofa 180. The people who don't understand they miseducated don't know nothing wrong. That makes sense?
Definitely.
Right. Okay. So education.
And so that's the epitome of indoctrination. I mean, that's just That's just
Right. What,
part
what, what,
part
what
of, part
happened?
of the
What you call
program.
woke? What we call woke, right? Was the access. Remember, you heard me earlier saying when I came back, I had access to certain things. Then I said information started coming out more. Once information came out more people had access to it. More people became woke. More people will begin to wake up now because it is the age of information. You'll hear something that challenging what you thought you heard. Every Black History Month, I find even, even every Black History Month, I find out about something I didn't know. And not something that just happened in 2015 or something, going way back. We still discovering and information is coming out about those things. So education, in order to move from miseducation to education, we must harness our inner potential and bring it into consciousness for the purpose of one, providing an identity for ourselves and our own people that is rooted in an accurate understanding of our history and our culture. That the brother that came in, he was saying, I'm more interested in the history and trying to deal with the spirituality, and we would have got into that more. But I want to deal with the history and our culture. So that's one. We want to provide our own identity and not let them tell us who we are. We tired of sitting for some white person telling us who we are and what we did. We still consider that miseducation. Now, some of them might tell the truth, but let us hear it from our own.
All right.
Number
I
two.
like that.
To transmitting the legacy of competence from generation to generation so that we and our children may know that we have accomplished. And again, that's shit, we survived. Let our children know what we did to survive. We still standing. There might be some BS still going on, but we still have survived. There have been others who have perished. When they talk about the Native Americans and this, that, and the other, you don't see them around on Thanksgiving. People have ceased to exist. We still standing. Number three, transmitting the acquired immunity from generation to generations so that we, and again, our children may learn how we have handled our failures and our shortcomings. Letting them know, how did we fail? Why did we fail? If it's because we weren't organized, say that. If it's because we were scared, say that. If we said because we moved when we weren't supposed to move, say that. So we can understand and learn. And number four, develop a shared vision for our people so that we can move forward together with clear goals and objectives. What are we gonna move all together on? Because we can break and fight about all other type of different things. And we'll fight about many different things. But what is this basic thing? Who are we? For my ancestors, and I hear the sister always say, I'm African. That's how I define myself too. I'm African. Behind me, you see Marcus Garvey. He united the largest number of African Americans under this continent together under the UNIA. Under this flag, the red, black, and green. Created in 1920. Over 103 years ago, still flying. RBG. He created that flag because white people at the time had a song that said the coons don't have no flag. Shit, Marcus Garvey got upset. Got very upset about that. Not too long later, the RBG flag came out. And again, what it represents is the unity, the uniting of all Africans, wherever you are on the planet, on the continent or abroad. That if you see this flag and you with those principles, we won. It's sort of the freedom and the liberation of our people, wherever you are on the planet. I'm about Black power. I'm about Black liberation. I'm about unity. I'm about uniting our people. Okay. So that one goal and understanding that I'm African, I'm a proud African, is what brings me my African-centered approach, the way that I look at my other brothers and sisters, and understanding that we have more things in common than we have things that are not in common. And I'm ready and willing, and able to show that I will apply those things. I've done it with other groups, with other people, continuously to show example, not just to talk about it. But again, as we move from that miseducation to education, it was some core things, as I spoke on earlier, that we that defines who we are. We'll go through this real quick, and then if anybody have any questions. You can deal with that. So again, it's a holistic approach dealing with itself. Go ahead.
Somebody was saying something.
Yeah, I just want to notify y'all. I just made it to the crib. I'm gonna step off for a minute, unplug, and get my stuff up there, and I'll reconnect in about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, all right.
All right, Curious George.
That sound good. That doesn't sound good, King.
All right, peace.
All right, one.
So again, as we move from miseducation to education, we must relearn what it means to be African-centered. In order to do so, we study the 5 dimensions of ourselves. 1, we have a spiritual self, a soul. We have a physical self, a body. We have a personal self, which is considered the mind. We have a social self, which is considered how we deal with our community. And we have an ancestral selves, as we deal with the history. It is by studying these 5 dimensions of ourselves that we begin to understand the African mind, our African worldview, and the philosophies that we use to guide us through life. Okay?
Right.
Most of the time, when I only considered the real me if I know my history and I know a little bit about my soul, my spirituality. I ain't even consider really the body, even though, and that's why we understand Dr. Sabi's, we understand the melanin concepts, we understand Dr. Africa's, anybody that's dealing with the body, those are things that we have to learn about ourselves, whether it be alkaline, goddamn, I'm going crazy. What is it? Acidic or alkaline. And it's the mind. That's what your psychologists, and they telling us their worldview. The social self, the community, and the ancestral self, the history. But the spiritual self, which is the soul. The soul is the core of our being, is the link to the creator. According to Niam Akbar from the book that we talked about, Knows Ourselves, it is a combination of spirit and intelligence. When studying our spiritual selves, we must understand the universe and our place in it. In this sense, spirituality does not refer to our religious dogma or doctrine. Instead, it refers to our understanding of ourselves as sacred and full of potential. A proper education system is one which we learn truth, order, righteousness, harmony, all the principles of Maya. Moral teachings are an important aspect of spirituality, and they both form the base of self-respect and our self-concept. Again, that is the spiritual self. the core. Next, you have the physical body. Our bodies are the vehicles which we use each day to have experiences in the world. We use our body senses to see, to feel, to smell, to taste, and to hear. Our minds allow us to interpret the experiences we have. When we study the physical self, we learn more about how our bodies operate, what makes us unique physically, and how we are both similar to and different from other groups of people physically. Physical self topics can include health, nutrition, melanin, self-healing, herbal medicine, DNA, genetics, and many others. How many people got books dealing with any of those topics I just said?
Hold on, say it again. Say them topics again.
How many people got some books dealing with nutrition or any type of information dealing with nutrition, melanin, self-healing, herbs, DNA, genetics?
Yeah, I got books on that.
Dealing with the spiritual self. Tell me how many people got books dealing with their spiritual self?
I got some of them too.
Okay. The personal self, the mind. The personal self is the accumulation of life experiences and the habits we develop. It is our unique and special journey of joy and pain, happiness and suffering, excitement and sadness, accomplishments and failures, rewards and punishments. The personal self, then, is a study of the mind and how it functions. When studying the personal self, we are simply trying to understand how we process our thoughts. Why do we have certain habits and behaviors? And how did they develop? Why do we think a certain way? Where do our attitudes come from? What is honesty controlling how we respond to our environment psychologically? We cannot be successful in the study if we are not open to introspection. Self-examination can be a difficult process, but it is a necessary step in our education. I heard one of the people on the planet was just dealing with a problem and came out and say, I deal with that problem differently now that I understand my yacht. Understanding self-examination, examine oneself. That's the personal self. That's the mind. These are all parts of ourselves that we have to look at as one and not separate. This is the African way of thinking. Then we have the social self, the community. The social self is that aspect of us that relates to other people. It's that part that connects to a broader social order, a mate or a partner, a family, a community, and a society. When we study the social self, we are interested in taking a look at our human interactions and relationships, as well as how we are affected by other groups of people, by institutions, and by systems. It is in our interactions with others that we encounter some of the problems that some of us complain about. Problems such as violence amongst our youth, gang membership, teen pregnancy, high school dropout rates, drug and alcohol abuse, widespread poverty, incarceration rates. When we, and under what circumstances did these social problems begin? And how can we begin to solve them? The social self is a natural extension of the personal self, because how we see ourselves and our individual state of mind will determine how we see others and how we will react with them and interact with them. And last, the ancestral self. The ancestral self is that aspect of us that relates to our history and the experience of our ancestors. When we connect to our past, we are better able to understand the present and the future. We're able to discover all that we were as a people and evaluate both our successes and failures. History gives us perspective, and when used properly, it can help us further develop our African minds. When we study our ancestry, we learn how much Africans have contributed to the advancement of humanity, contrary to what Europeans and any others would have us believe. Okay? So again, delve into these 5 dimensions. And again, I know many people have books on the history and ancestral self because again, as I said, that's when one of the brothers first came in. He's dealing with the history. So delve into these 5 dimensions allow us to understand ourselves more fully. It helps us to gather details about how we organize, how we govern, what we value, how we identified ourselves, what we won, what we lost, how we succeeded, how we failed, who we trusted, who we rejected, how we conducted business, how we lived amongst ourselves, what our relationships were like, and also what we believed, also what we knew. When we get a clear picture of these elements, we can leave that alien identity behind, as in the group Sankofa, go back and reclaim our own heritage in not just a romanticized way, but in a practical, true way that can be lived out and applied where others can be seen. Again, I joined this group to make sure that I wanted to show by application that this is what I'm about. Going back, fetching, and then returning, sharing, being organized, and then giving back what I fetch. And this is hopefully this concept of the African self. It's understanding the 5 dimensions of the self. Gives just a little view of who, when we say, who am I? What am I? You know, all those things. The core, the spiritual. We are spiritual beings. Even though we might say we're not into that, and this, that is our core. We've always had a connection to what we call the creator, and intelligence, the one, the all. That's our core. And when I got amongst the brothers in the group and them dealing with him, that's what they were. Even the historical aspect to it, they really wanted to know, you know, and to also break the religious concepts they had gotten from the Abrahamic faiths and deal with what our ancestors dealt with. And we understand dealing with on an ethical manner, dealing with that core, that concept of Maya. And Maya deals with truth. So at this point, I want to open up the floor. If anybody have any questions, anybody have any thoughts of what they heard dealing with. Anytime anybody see me, it'll be me more building upon this here concept of who we are, the concept of know thyself. When I say know thyself, it's knowing all of those different aspects of oneself, and as much information about each one of them that you can, building as much information as you can, getting with people of like minds, not to destroy, but to build with them, you know, build each other up. That's what my core is about. That's what the information that I'll be bringing about anytime that I'm dealing with is going to be with that from an African-centered point of view. But at this time, I want to open up the floor if anybody have anything they'd like to say. And if not, we can go on to more things if you like. Black Power, Black Love.
Hey, I wanted to say something. Okay. I mean, yeah, anybody first? Unc, Sharon, Unc, you want to say something first?
No, go ahead, King.
Sharon,
I'm good. I'm
uh,
good, man. I'm listening.
okay. Okay.
Oh, Sharon's still here. I thought you had left. Who was that left?
No, I'm here.
That's Queen.
I'm absorbing.
That was Queen your mind. I ain't gonna let you get off with just listening, Sharon, but you can go ahead and parlay a little bit.
Hey, so my thing is this, man, like, and this is spot on. This spot on right here. You right? This spot on right here, right? Bullseye, right? But listen to this, man. Nah, we got 5 domains here. Okay, so now each and every one of these, all 3 of the Abrahamic faiths can relate to this. All 3 of them, they can relate to this, right? Because and I'm gonna tell you, because they for one, they think that they're spiritual.
You know your camera ain't on? I just
Yeah,
wanted you to know. I know.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah. Sp- for one, they think that they're spiritual, right? The physical part, and what I'm talking about here, man, is this. Why I'm bringing this up is because, like, they can relate to each and every one of these, right? Because they think that their ancestors is Adam and Eve and all them, right? And so this is right. So or you right? Like, I mean, just give me right. So my thing is this: how do we differentiate ourselves, right? I mean, because right, I'm saying, like not how, but what I'm saying is, how do so 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 on the spiritual part, right? We still got people that's believing in fairy tales, King, right? Right. We still got people that's believing in fairy tales. So we can't come together on spirituality, on a spiritual tip, right? Physically, right? Now, my thing on the physical thing is, there's a certain diet that you're supposed to have. There's always an excuse for this Bible on the dietary laws. So right, so what? So that right there, they think that they got that down pat, right? That you can eat swine and whatever else you wanted to eat. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Bible say one thing on one page and another thing on another page, according to them, right?
The New Testament and Old Testament.
Right. Personal, on the personal part, or on the mind part, uh, you know, like, just, I mean, King, we're on 2 different. I mean, it's like it's 2 different pages. They looking for somebody to save them, and we say we trying to save ourselves, right? So, and I spoke on the ancestral part. They all think that their ancestors come from Adam and Eve, and then you got the social part. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't gonna have nothing to do with us, King. We worship the devil as far as they concerned, right? I mean, they don't like the Methodists can't mess with the Baptists, let alone us, King, right? They like that's just
Let's
get that's just facts, right?
okay. Let's stop.
Yeah,
From
let's go.
this one should check they self with the spiritual self, right? Do you think you have an African-centered concept of yourself from on the spiritual level, or is it an alien concept?
Say it again.
Well, I believe I have an African centered aspect, perception of it.
It's a self check.
Well, that's the right. I mean, I get that, but what I'm saying is, so, but I'm
But that
saying, and they and according to them,
they're not
they would
gonna have
be
that.
they would be self-checking. They would self-check. They would agree with you on that, right?
Okay.
But they
So
would self-check. They would
what's the
self-check through.
what's the definition of miseducation? Having a what kind of identity?
Having an alien identity.
Alien is foreign, like aliens. They foreign.
They don't believe that, okay? So you got listen.
Again, they but you know that they are miseducated because they taking on an alien. That ain't their identity. They taking on an alien identity.
They
I
don't
had
think
taken
so
on
though.
one without
Like you,
knowing when I was a Christian. I was miseducated.
they don't think
We
so though,
all,
King. They don't think
and
so. So if nothing is broken, they're not gonna try to fix nothing. So what I'm
we
saying is,
said that earlier. Remember, we
right,
said that if they
right,
don't realize it, they're gonna stay miseducated. It's not
exactly,
until they decide
exactly.
themselves that they miseducated. Whatever it's different ways, and later we'll get into down the future on different ways that people wake up. It's different in stages that people have. It's an encounter stage, pre-encounter stage. Uh, sometimes you can see somebody getting arrested. You with me?
Right. But yet
Like,
here's
that
another.
motherfucker, I know that motherfucker acting bad. Shit. Next thing you know, your ass arrested, and you like, God damn, that motherfucker did. You know what I'm saying? It done happened to you now, and now you start to question it. But prior to that, before you saw anybody getting arrested, they did it. Shit, they did it. You just automatically know that the cops are good and the bad guy is the bad guy until it happens to you. Then that's called an encounter moment. Like, what the fuck? You start looking at shit differently at that time.
But yet here we got another generation of kids
That's where I was going right there.
misdirected and miseducated, right?
Yeah.
And because now they're going off of these three Abrahamic faiths that's carrying them a whole different way than they're supposed to go. Like you said, they're on an alien on a alien way of life or the way culture, right? So
Correct.
so what I'm saying is you have people that feel as if they are on the right track and that we are the ones that are worshiping the we got all these different guys, like that's the first thing that comes out of their mouth is we got all these different guys. We worship all these different guys. We don't have one guy. We don't have a moral. We don't have morals. We don't have a moral code type. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like
got
I mean,
polytheistic stuff jumping on.
we worship evil and satanic and voodoo and all this other stuff. So we've been painted bad for so long, you know, I mean that, you know, even if what we're doing now, people are scrolling past they're going to scroll past this because it's in opposition to their belief. We just want you to get to know. See, once you know, you won't have to believe no more. See, this is what we're trying to get you to see, right? Right? But my thing is this: you got these five uh these five areas of life, man, that that everyone will tell you that they have a firm grip on, and then they get to telling you about Jesus and God and Abraham and
Put that
Allah
back.
and
Put that back up,
Muhammad,
Gerald.
Allah and Muhammad.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so so my thing
So
is this. So how do we differentiate ourselves, right? To where where people are more attracted. I mean, because listen, man. Now I do get that people are more and more people are getting a little more attracted to to the Nile Valley, right? And not even now, but not just Nile Valley, even the Orishas, the Ifa, right? Right? Even West Africa cultures, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I know that, but my thing is, you know, we got these kids that's coming up, man. These kids is killing each other, man. And you know, King, we gotta, and it's because they don't like Gerald, they know thyself, they don't know themselves, King. And this is why they're doing this, man. They don't know themselves, man. So, you know, hold on.
Hey, Gerald, can you put that last banner up real quick, just so I can take a picture of it?
Okay. 1 second.
You can finish, Jamie, when you get
Yeah.
back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, yeah. No, no, I'm just saying, man, like, so like how do we set ourselves apart to where, because like I said, everyone says, well, hey, man, I mean, everything that they show, everything that he's talking about, I mean, we got that already in our faith, right?
Mhm.
So what are they
We're
talking
not,
about? What
we're
are they
not
talking
looking
about?
for them. We in that concept,
It ain't for everybody, huh?
you got from the way that we would look at it, those people will be asleep. If we awake, if we woke, right,
Right.
then they sleep. That makes sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if
I
they
mean,
sleep,
yeah.
we try to go around and wake them up. That's not our job. You deal with the ones who woke. You deal with the ones who woke. Sometimes by us being woken, if we make enough noise, we can awaken somebody who just hear us, but we don't go by waking them up. Or my concept has been taught that everybody got their own alarm clock. Okay.
Right, right.
Okay. So I'm gonna get up at a certain time. If my alarm clock set for 6, right? And you wake me up at 4, I might fight your ass. Yeah, it ain't time for me to be up yet. I might be mad, you know what I'm saying? That's how sometimes we're trying to wake people up because, we won't shit. I woke. What the fuck you doing sleep? Everybody let's be woke, but it's just not like that. You know what I'm saying? So again, I've been taught to build with the ones like we're doing who are already woke. Those others might catch up with it later. As you saying, I used to fight with those ones. The closest ones to me were family members. I had to learn not to fight with my family members, not to fight with my close homeboys, because I'm gonna win, and they ain't gonna like it. It damages friendships in that level. On the other thing, it could be with I really don't care because I'm just trying to bring the truth. But if I know people are double down, it's usually you got to wait till somebody receptive, you know, and that's when you know you build it. You're gonna find out if you try to build with somebody who's not, that shit gonna tire you out. Gonna have you so tired and and again, not saying that don't put in the work. You got to go through it to have the experience to tell somebody else later, hey, shit, you know, watch for them signs. Our ancestors, some of them books, the oldest books, kind of already telling them about how when we deal with each other, you know, they ain't with it. I don't let them make it. They ain't forcing nothing on nobody. In the spirit of liberating our people, yeah, we all want to shit. Yeah, I want to reach everybody. I want everybody to be on this. I want everybody to throw off them shackles of white supremacy and white indoctrination and this, that, and the other. That means we got to get organized on a smaller level, because that's a big ass system. And that motherfucker ain't been able to be defeated, not even close yet. You know, so organize, organize, organize. Stack pennies. This little penny here. We stack these little pennies, keep stacking these little pennies. You know what I'm saying? They'll add up. They'll add up. But as you said, Jamie, yeah, the study of our people, the study of the world is Christian. Not just our people, the world is Christian. Then Muslim, then Judaism. Even in Africa, African spiritual traditions, they don't know nothing about this. They don't get down like this here. It's on a very low level. As you said, the Ifa traditions, the Yoruba traditions of West Africa are gaining more acceptance. You got even white people doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit for everybody. You know. So anybody returning, Sankofa, anybody returning to fetch what was lost, that's to not identify with the Abrahamic faith, I'm cool with it. You got a whole point where we'll turn the Abrahamic faith black. At one point, that's cool, but then if you got to do that there, leave it alone. You know, but
Still
the
some
black
faulty,
people,
still
go
some
ahead.
faulty, it's still some faulty shit. You can put a black Jesus up there if you want to, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck, you know?
True. True.
Let me jump in. You done, Jamie?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So, you know, these black people, man, you know, they scared to be black, right? And the white people scared to go back to the beginning of creation because they got too much invested. Both got too much invested in their stance, right? So I had a lot invested in Christianity. And I seen Reg posting hot shit, right? Reg ain't playing. Reg just throwing shit out there and it's gonna blow your brain back, no doubt about it, right? And so every post, and then a conversation with him the same way. You know, Reg stutters, man, but he don't stutter when you talk about that business, right? And so, and then Jamie, you know, Jamie hit me, man, and me and him going back and forth and stuff. And see, I still had a lot invested, right? But what I knew at that time, and I think this is the difference, right? With not just me, but with people. I had more invested in myself. And what am I offering myself? And what am I offering to other people? And so I had to get it, man. I had to get this, right? I talked to Sharon too a few times, you know, before I delved deep in, right? I talked to him a few times and then a few times while I was in it, right? And so, you know, what I see, man, and once again, is people are just so invested in what they have and scared. That's their identity, right? That's their personality. That's their character, right? That they can best acknowledge, right? And they won't admit that that's what's holding them back, right? Except for, you know, the God concept, you know, the Jesus concept. Who's gonna come save me now, right? Because they don't want to be responsible and don't even know it. Like Jamie was talking about, people just don't even know it because they will not spend time, right? And if you invest in this stuff, if you invest in what you're interested in, and that interest also comes from, you know, your identity. See, my identity was a whole lot more than Christianity, and i.e., here I am, right? And so I just wanted to say that, you know, this reminds me, this conversation reminds me, especially what Jamie was talking about of the crack epidemic, right? And then these younger kids taking over, right? And so there's a bunch of young kids out there, man, and they ain't buying that Christianity, right? But they deep into violence, right? And so they still ain't knowing themselves, man. So I like Jamie presents that idea to evaluate often. How do we relate to them, and get them to see our culture as more relative, right? And then the answer, is one of the answers is, man, I can really only fuck with other people that roll like this, right? Or if you find somebody that's interested. So what I wrote down a few things, and I'm gonna go back over because I was distracted a bit. Of course, I'm gonna watch the video again. And I think I already knew Gerald was gonna be on point, and he ain't done yet, right? It said this is not our culture. Harness the inner potential, and learn that, and leave that alien identity behind, right? And so the idea would be, I can hold on to some of this, right? There's some good things in that Bible. Well, God damn it, where did it come from? Let's go to the source, right? You want to have a copy or you want the authentic, right? So I want to keep the copy and claim the authentic, right? And so you come on Sankofa for $1.80 and you're gonna get your car pulled, right? With the massage of, we're gonna build you up, right? We ain't just gonna knock you down, right? So we're gonna build you up. So, I'm really interested in all this stuff, man. And so far, Gerald, so good, man.
Appreciate it.
I could go on and on, man, because we talked about a lot of this stuff, man. I hope you talk about I hope you elaborate some on the question that you posed on Sankofa about the if and I mean the of and the from, and then what you built on with that conversation, because we went in pretty deep, man, after we got off of the last Friday, off of Friday session. We went in pretty deep, so I hope you elaborate on some of that, man. I like to hear the second and third and the fourth time so it locks in. So I'm gonna just stop right there.
All right. Hey, do the Queen want to talk? Want to speak on it? Say something about it so far, about any of it?
That's you, Carrie.
Yeah, I got it. No, I find it really interesting. I like the different aspects of us, and I'm enjoying it. Thank you.
All right. And then Sharon, you want to say something on it, man?
Sharon, you gotta say something on this, baby boy. You don't have to, man, but I love to hear you.
No, I'm gonna say I'm just listening, man. I don't want to say the wrong shit and get kicked. I don't want to be the source of being kicked off of here.
You can't get kicked off here, King. You can't get kicked off here.
He talking about because he knows the platforms and stuff like that. He knows the regulations that they go by.
Yeah. I don't want to. I ain't trying to mess things up. I want to kind of go over with y'all with the rules and stuff first, because I got a lot to say, but I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut for now, man. I'm listening.
Okay.
You wanted to go over which rules?
Just as far as the Facebook, make sure I don't get nothing wrong.
You mean not make sure you don't get nothing wrong to affect Sankofa or you yourself?
Yeah, and get kicked off Facebook.
Yeah. So what we do, Sharon, is we have a little thing after we get off live, right? We have a thing that we do, a little time we spend after we cut the live off, and then we just on Zoom, right? Because we're not on Facebook. We're only on YouTube and Zoom. So when we get off of YouTube, then we talk a little bit. So if you feel more comfortable there, because you ain't got to worry about no regulations there. Feel me?
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Okay, so what we do every week, either Friday or Sundays, we get off of we get off of YouTube. We're not on Facebook Live. We're only on YouTube Live, right? And then when we get off of YouTube, then we're just on Zoom Live. and there ain't no regulations. There ain't no regulations for that. So you can share freely if you feel more comfortable there. Because you know why? You know why Sharon is like that? Because he knows shit. I told you this dude ain't no rookie in this game.
Right. Right. I get it. I
mean, I'm learning. I know everybody else. I got a lot to say, but you know, at the same time, I just rather be safe than sorry, man. Because sometimes, you know, when you got a lot to say, you got a lot inside, and you go to rambling and shit, and you get going, and you might slip up, man. I'm not trying to do that, man. You know.
So what you saying is you sure to slip up.
Yeah. I'm kind of a, you know, sometimes kind of a loose cannon when it comes to, you know, stuff like this. So I'm trying to, you know, learn, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be able to cut loose though afterwards, though. All right.
Yeah, but hey, but we don't want that to take from your input, though, King.
But he already saying though he already know he gonna throw some shit in there that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
No, I'm just learning how to, you know, I ain't never been on live nothing. So I'm just trying to, you know, I'm trying to fit in and make sure I don't say the wrong thing, you know.
Why don't you just go ahead and give it a try, man?
Nah, I'm good. I'm absorbing, man. I'm learning.
We'll wait till afterwards then.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, so okay, Gerald, go ahead, man. What's going on? Oh no, my bad, Eric. My bad. Hey, Eric, my bad. You want to say something about it, Eric?
Oh no, go ahead, man. Keep going, Gerald. Gerald on point.
Okay. All right, Gerald. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, so just a little picture I got up dealing with breaking the chains of our psychological slavery by Naeem Akbar. And he told about that process. The first one is know thyself. We must become aware of our cultural identity by holistically correcting the miseducation that we have received throughout our lives. So, Jamie, when you was talking earlier, you brought up those different things. Start understanding that that's miseducation. It's the difference between education and miseducation. You sum it up, it's miseducation, and it's coming from an alien identity. It's not African-centered. That's not our core. It's easy ways to knowing what you're coming up with, because then it's going to teach you how to pick the battles and whatnot. But we must identify the errors in the information we have received and actively pursue correct knowledge. We're all doing that. We must rebuild our understanding of life across those 5 dimensions of the self that we talked about: spiritual, physical, psychological, social, and the historical. Next, we must celebrate ourselves as ourselves. Our community suffers from a self-concept and self-esteem crisis. Much of this crisis comes from the constant negative images in the media that brand us as inferior and incapable. In schools, we are taught white information from a white perspective. We have very few avenues to counter these images and put forth positive ones of our own people. We must learn about the good things we have accomplished throughout our history. We must familiarize ourselves with both our successes and our failures. Praise our leaders, our thinkers, heroes, our myths, customs, our art, our philosophies, our way of life. Celebrating ourselves helps us to reject this badge of inferiority that whites wish to keep us on permanently. We must be proud of who we are as a people. Most of the time you see me, I'm going to be RBG'd up, red, black, and green. My house is culturally got African art figures. I got Black books all throughout my house. I make sure that that's who I am. I listen to our music. I'm deep into our culture. I love to celebrate our culture. You know, the next thing is to apply, application. When we begin to reject that white thinking and white religion and white philosophy and white culture in general, we'll often find, as you keep saying, Jamie, we stand alone. Any of us start rejecting it, we stand alone. It takes courage and perseverance to stand up in opposition to nearly all that we have been taught. We must apply ourselves completely to our liberating by being willing to endure the social, political, and economic consequences that we all will face when we defy our oppressors. As an educator, I know Eric knows this is just easy for Eric. This is too easy. He over, under, and understanding. Rebellious slaves have always been dealt with in a very brutal fashion. We will be identified as crazy. Our credibility will be attacked. This is a part of the process, and we must be ready to handle it in an honorable way. When we apply ourselves to the task of liberation, we must remain focused and steadfast. It's not a sprint. Not to get some information, get mad by somebody, punch them in the face, then you're in jail or something. You have to, it's a marathon. Our application. Fourth, unite. If we'll be successful in our liberations, we must learn how to work with others in our communities. We certainly have many differences, but we all share the same condition. We all living under the system of white supremacy. Divide and conquer is one of the oldest tactics for conquering a group, and we must fight against our division. That's why we must be united. We must be organized. We must come together in a show as we're doing right now. This is something that brothers and sisters are doing together on the positive level. They're not arguing, they're not talking about no gossiping. They ain't, they building. They're dealing with Sankofa 180. And the last was believe in thyself. And I know we don't like that word believe, but if we do not believe that we can and will liberate ourselves, then we are far most likely to stay on the psychological platform. Sometimes you'll hear our people give up, even though they might be in it a while. They don't never get out of it. So despite all that we're going through, we must believe that we can overcome our mental bondage. My theory has always been to work with other brothers and sisters of like minds who are, as Malcolm X has always told us, the problem has been trying to work with a community who's not awakened, who's not about that. You can't do that. And you got to build that community up, and that's a whole different thing. But it needs that type of work. It needs those type of people to do those type of jobs. But that person who does that does not ever have a negative mentality against the people that he's trying to raise. He or her is trying to raise. You cannot let that type of attitude. And again, it's easy to come in, but you got to believe in your people. You got to almost know that your people are going to get that, we're going to get it together. And I'm going to open up the floor if anybody got anything they want to say on that.
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this here, man. As long as we have the Abrahamic faiths, we ain't gonna ever be able to come together. So it's you know what I mean? So it's gonna always be, it ain't gonna be a time, King, because it ain't, I mean, we have to come together with, like you say, like minds, because get, and I understand that this is not for everybody. I understand that, man, but wow, man, how indoctrination, man, is so powerful, man, and how it gets handed down generation after generation, man. You know what I mean? Where you know what I'm saying, it's so cold that we teach our own kids the indoctrination. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It just keeps going and going and going. You know what I'm saying? And we just trying to, we trying to do just what you just showed. We trying to break that chain. See, we trying to break that chain, King. That's what that's the lick. Break the chain. And you get the you and then in turn, the, the parents to teach the kids and the kids to teach the kids. I mean, and then I think eventually we can get back on one, one accord. But as long as we got them three Abrahamic faiths, King, we're gonna always have opposition. And like you said, we stand alone. You know what I mean? And that's just
So
that's
why
cold.
do
That's
you
a
think
cold
people
game, man.
reject? Why do you think people reject? If you say people know about Nile Valley, why are people rejecting uh, the Kemetic spirituality?
I think so. I think so. Just from what I said prior to this, is that they got too much invested in, and what they invested in is their identity and their character. And that seems to be carrying the most weight to me.
Ego and fear also.
Right.
Right.
That's
Right.
right.
What's that?
That's right.
He said
Brother said,
ego
Ego
and fear.
fear.
say it
Ego
again.
and fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm posting
What
all
are
those
they fearing?
That nobody gonna save
Fearing
them.
of going to, they fearing of going to hell.
Ain't no one.
Okay.
Ain't no one here gonna save them.
Right.
You got to depend on yourself, and they don't have confidence in themselves, so they want somebody else to help.
Right.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying, but but and getting them to believe. I mean, wow, that's all these people do is believe, but they won't believe us. You know what I mean? But
Anytime I talk to somebody about this subject, they won't even research it. They won't. If I challenge them to prove me wrong, and they won't even do it.
because they can't.
Right.
They can't, and so
It's called cognitive dissonance.
right, and that's
Sharon, I talked to a couple of the pastors that we know, that we grew up with, man. And all except one. They bottom out with, we just gotta have faith.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just gotta have faith, man. We go by faith, right? Not by
Yeah.
sight. We go by faith, not by sight.
A good friend of mine, he took me to his pastor, right? Not gonna say who it is, but as we got into the conversation and he couldn't answer questions, right? And he said, see, you don't have a relationship with the Lord.
Right. Right.
He had to pull that shit out of his hat because he couldn't answer.
Yeah, you don't know the Bible. That's another
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You don't know the Bible. I mean, but you know what, man, and that's. I mean, it's funny sometimes, man, but it's really sad, King. Like, I mean, wow, man, I mean, do you really believe these stories, man? Like,
Yeah.
like you're a grown ass person, man. Like, and you
Believe in,
and you're
they
very,
believe in
very
grown up.
intelligent.
Yeah, believing in grown up fairy tales.
Like, man, I mean, wow, man. Like, you listen, man. This is 2023, man. We getting ready we head into 24. Are you really are you serious? Like, but it's a belief, King, and that's why I said, and I told Unc, and I've said this 100,000 times, you can't argue belief. That's personal. That's
Exactly.
not, that's not to be argued. That's a person's personal, they look at it. Boy, hey, my man, stay on it. Belief, okay, beliefs. Belief in original sin. Belief in baptism. Belief that the Old Testament Torah is holy. Belief that Jesus Christ was was the prophesied Messiah from the Old Testament. Christians believe that there is only one God who is all powerful and all knowing. Belief continue. Most Christians believe that God is a Trinity made up of the Father, the Son, and Holy Spirit. The second person of the Trinity, the God Son, God the Son became a human being in the person of Jesus. Jesus was born to a human woman, Mary, whom many believe was a virgin and was subject to pain, suffering, and sorrow like other human beings. Belief continued. Jesus was put to death on the cross, and 3 days later was raised from the dead, the resurrection. 40 days after this, he ascended to it's 40 days, yeah, 40 days after this, he ascended to heaven, the ascension. After Jesus' resurrection and ascension, the Holy Spirit was sent to bring the knowledge of power of Jesus to the church. See, this is what I'm saying, man. Why is
Hey,
it
you know,
always? I'm go ahead,
no,
King.
no, no. I just want you real quick,
Yeah.
man. The council tonight, them 7 councils gonna squash all that shit.
Well, like, why is it that it's always the Holy Spirit? It ain't never God. It ain't never Jesus. It's always the Holy Spirit that. So we need to figure out who this holy. We got to figure this who this cat is, because this is a sneaky cat here. This is a really crafty little cat here, man. Because this is the Holy Spirit or the angel of the Lord. Them some them, them some different cats, man. And we need to figure out who these cats is. No, I'm just kidding, man. But listen,
Right.
man. Listen, Christians believe in eternal life after death, but not earthly reincarnation. Christians await the second coming of Christ, which will bring fulfillment of the kingdom of God and the final day of judgment. Well, like I said, man, you know, we can go all the way through belief, man. We can believe, but then when do you get to the point where you know? Or do you just keep believing? I mean, how does that work, man? Because I mean, you can believe all you want, man, but why not just know and then you ain't got to believe no more? How about that?
How about that?
How about we get there? Can we
That's a
get there?
hard pill for some people to swallow.
Well, not really. I mean, it's really simple, man. I mean, right now you have beliefs. Everybody have beliefs. I have a belief all the way until it gets stupid. I have faith all the way until it gets weird,
Right.
right? And then we gotta start asking questions. But I'm just saying, when we get to believing in something, like you can see in my hand that my hand is say I might have something in my hand. Say I got this I got this. Say I got this coin in my hand, but it's closed. Now you can believe I got it. You ain't gotta believe I got it, right? But if you believe I got it, and then I open my hand, and then you see it's a coin, now you ain't gotta believe no more, King. Now you know that it's a coin there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, man, like, you know, I mean, what's ain't nothing hard about that, right? That's real simple.
back to ego and fear, right?
That's simple. That's really simple, man. Go ahead. Hey, yeah, let's talk about that. Or say something about that.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna elaborate on that, man. I want to hear some
Yeah,
more
because
from.
we can keep going. We can go all the way around the corner with that.
Yeah, that's giving them too much credit, right?
Yeah, I'm just
So
saying, belief. I mean, no, because what that is, what that's doing is showing you that no one can argue your personal thoughts. It's just a thought, belief. You're not sure. You just believe. You're unsure. You're not. You're not for sure. You just believe, right? And now, so
Faith,
I,
hope,
it's same thing. Hope.
uh,
You know what I'm saying? Wish.
faith.
I think it's there. You know what I mean? I ain't sure, but it might be. You know what I mean? It's something like that. You know what I
Yep,
mean?
faith.
Like, yeah, it's all the same, man. Like, but yeah, I get it, man. I guess you gotta have something. I mean, every time
yeah, but I
some,
got to add this, man. I got to add this, man. I got to have the raw, uncut, and I understand that other people, are just solidified in that piece with that false identification, man, and not going against the grain, man. And I just can't live that way, man. I just personally can't live that way, you
I
know.
mean, we got five. It's spirituality, physical, personal, social, ancestral, right? The- Like, like, like spirituality, man. Like they done killed that. They killed that for us, right? We dead on that. It's Christian or Muslim or you know what I'm saying, or you with the Judaism, right?
Catholicism.
Physical, you know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody these people. I mean, I guess you got more and more people that's waking up, man. Because I remember a long time ago. I'm talking about waking up on like the physical part. And when I say physical, I'm talking about like what you put in your body, right? So what I'm just saying, like I guess more and more people are waking up to that, man. Because I remember a long time ago, you could find dandelions all in anybody's yard all day long. I mean, and people it used to be irritating to people, right? You could find I mean, the dandelions all over your yard, right?
Mama had a baby and her head popped off.
All that kind of stuff. Remember that? Listen, man, now you can't find a dandelion nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You can't find a patch of them. You might find one or two of them here and there, but you ain't finna find them like you used to in your yard, right? Yeah, man, because people they starting to see what this stuff is about, right? Dandelion root, what it do for you. That's one of the main heart medicines. That was they used to make one of the main heart medicines that they got.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to, but the physical part, you still got people that think that you can still eat anything, right? And it come from them faiths, man. The dietary laws that tell you two or three times of what you can and can't eat. Then they give you an excuse to eat it and all this all kind of. And then you got the personal, the mind. You know what I'm saying? Like they done changed our mind already, King. You know what I'm saying? And that's where Sankofa come. We need to return back, right? Social. You know what I'm saying? This is not our culture, King. Right? It's not us, man. This is not what we do, man. We don't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, the murder rate in a lot of the countries, man, a lot of the countries in Africa, King, is not. A lot of them people don't even own guns over there. You know what I mean? I mean, oh man, so ancestral. Like I said, King, everybody think that they ancestors think started with Adam and Eve or uh Abraham and all these other cats, man. I'm just saying, King. So, yeah, we stand alone, but the purpose for all these platforms and all these channels and pages and is see if people want to see something different, man. You know what I'm saying? And See, you know, and stop wasting your time waiting on somebody to come back to save you, man. You
Alien
gotta,
concept.
he gotta have been here first before him to come back. Number one, and number two, the way y'all treated him the first time, if he was real and he was coming back, the way y'all treated him the first time, you think he coming to save y'all's ass?
Alien
You
concept.
really think that he really coming to save y'all? No, he coming back with it, and his blood and his sword gonna be dripping with blood. Y'all better read y'all Bible. Y'all better read y'all Bible when he come back. So y'all better understand that y'all talking about when he come back. He coming back, yeah. If the story was true, I wouldn't come back for y'all raggedy asses what y'all did to me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all whooped my ass, kicked my ass, hung me up on the cross, laughed at me, stat, and then think I'm finna come back and save you. What? Who does that? Who does that? No, he gonna come back and cut y'all damn heads off. That's what he finna come back and do. So
Hey,
look here, man.
Gerald,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead,
King.
James. No, go ahead, James.
No, man. I'm just saying, man.
You-
Like you know, man. You know, look, man. And then our women, most of our women is so stuck on this stuff, man. Like there ain't no place for you in none of them religions. They ain't got no place for y'all, man. Y'all come with these new little doctrines and these new little things, man. But in the Holy Bible, y'all ain't got no place in there, man. Y'all can make believe that y'all do, and y'all can make all these little different little denominations and sects that y'all got, man. But it ain't gonna change the fact that the original Bible said it ain't nothing in there for you. Y'all the cause of it all. Okay, you the cause of it all. You know what I'm saying? And but y'all diehards on this stuff, man. Big Mama teaching the, ain't maybe, you know what I'm saying? Got whoa. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, and I just wanted to ask Gerald, so you was out of them 5 concepts, was that out of know thyself?
That was how to know thyself.
When you was elaborating on it?
Yeah, that was how to know thyself.
Okay, bet. So I'm looking at the education part, man, of the other banner you put up. And I'm trying to pick out one that's really sticking out and profound. And goddamn, we need them all, man. You know, transmitting acquired immunities from generation to generation, transmitting the legacy of competence, of competence, from generation to generation, so that we and our children may know all we have accomplished.
Right. And that's
Right,
and
right.
that's so important. That's important right there. Kick it,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. And then providing the identity for ourselves and our people that is rooted in an accurate understanding of our history and of our culture. You know, so I posted all these on my page, man. You know, I hope somebody bite on it, man. But I really like the elaborating on the holistic approach that you did. You know, you did it on all of them. But I really like the elaboration on that. And I'm looking at that, you know, the spiritual self and the soul, and how it's just stripped from you. You know, it's stripped from everybody, right? It's stripped from everybody, even the people, even the people's children that are enforcing this, right? You know, so they don't give a damn about their people, man. They'll be damned if they give a fuck about us, right? And so, you know, and so we got the opportunity, man, and though I might get worn out, I'm not giving up on talking to people and sharing this knowledge. You know, I just got to take a reset and appreciation moments in my life, and share with the people that, you know, are like minds, and because like I said earlier, man, I'm only going to be interested in what I invest in, right? The rest is just, you know, the rest would be considered just you know, recreation, you know, recreational comment. You know, I think Gerald said it the other week, or Eric might have said, you know, about the small talk, right? You know, people want to have small talk, and you're like, fuck, man, get away from me, because what you're really doing is, you know, belittling me and my culture, right? you know, we got better conversation than that, right? So, and I tell you, man, me being out in the field like I am, man, whew, that's a big one right there. I done stepped away from people anyways, right? But on those pretenses, I made a sharper turn, man. And there again, it ain't to be rude, man. It ain't to be better than anybody. But if you put it on the scale of better than me or worse, well then you know you lose, motherfucker. That's for sure, right? So you know I'm really appreciative of this stuff, man. Look at it. Let me look at something else here.
You know, something real quick in between.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You said about that. The first one, the soul, and again, we are defined as our soul is the core. The spiritual part of ourselves is our core. So you'll find out that's where most of us will be, you know, have some type of interest in, or as was said earlier by brother, some type of fear in. Even sometimes you hear some of our brothers that do some of the crazy shit you'll ever see done. And tell you about how they, you know, connected with God or this, that, and that, you know, you know. Yeah, we like, God damn, you know. But that fear, he said, of being judged. That's what he said. Most people scared because they're being judged. That judgment concept.
Here we go. Come on.
Go back to the history.
Come on.
Go back to the dealing with Sankofa and go back to the roots. The first concept of a, let me even ask you, Sharon, you still with us?
Yeah, he's still here.
Yep, I'm here.
You know the first concept of a deity or a god or anybody judging somebody?
I'm sorry, say that again.
You know of the first concept of a god judging somebody at the end times?
Enlighten me on that.
Right. Remember what you had said earlier, that everybody's scared that at the end time they're gonna get judged. Yeah.
Right.
That concept comes from the Asarian resurrection. Anytime that anybody's ever seen that or heard about that in history, and not just talking about it, we got the proof. If anybody got a picture, and I might have to dig through my photos to show the judgment scene, where everybody knows about. The most famous one is the Papyrus of Ani.
Right.
It shows why.
That's one I got.
Okay, well, again, I'm talking to the choir. You know this information. You're a heavyweight. So you know about the Papyrus of Ani and the judgment of the heart being either lighter or heavier than a feather. When the feather is the symbolism of Mayat. Mayat represents those 42 laws or the declarations of independence that our whole culture and our whole being was also thought of to be as being truth, balance, order, reciprocity. I know I'm forgetting a couple of them, but you know all those basic tenets. So that concept where you get people saying, well, why we more of a Christian or anybody coming from the Abrahamic faith, if they wondering what they being judged on, the commandments that they told was not to do was those 10 commandments. If anybody done any study and they can connect the 10 to the 42 declarations of Mayat. Right. Again, the declarations of Mayat was something that we said, even if me and you can do that today. I have not stolen, I have not slept with my neighbor's wife, I have not killed, I have not
littered the earth.
I have not said negative things towards the Netherru, towards the ancestors. You know, these are basic things that we didn't wait until the end of time to say it. We say it every day because it was a part of our nature.
Right.
We consider ourselves divine beings, you know. So yeah, I'm just putting for the record that when people look at that thing about Ani, and Ani is just one of the most famous ones, but Asar sitting there as the judge, judging Ani, that's the whole concept of whether you go to heaven or hell. And that's African, all day, every day. Yeah.
Right.
And again, from that concept, and I won't get into much later, but you got to figure out who Asar is. The understanding of that whole concept is understanding who Asar and how does that relate to you. And that's an opening experience or a wake-up experience in itself. You know, there's a lot of time our people, those mythologies were also yeah, that's the weighing. That's the weighing of the soul. Which everybody keep talking about, their soul will be weighed in the afterlife. If you even have a concept of that, of saying what's going to happen after that, you know that you have a soul. Even in Christianity, they say your soul going to either be with God or the devil or something for eternity. So it's some part of you that is eternal. It's not your physical body. It ain't your physical body going through that. So it's some part of you that's eternal. What I ask you this, brother, what other only thing that you know that's eternal? Was supposed to be eternal?
Nothing I know of.
Sometimes you ever hear about the creator being eternal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's some part of you that's eternal, is same as the creator. We missed that. They ain't teaching us right.
Right.
Tell us right there at the beginning. If at the end times, I'm gonna be some eternity. That's what we scared. God damn, I'm gonna be in hell for eternity. I don't even know what the shit means. But rather, I don't want to do nothing to be in that shit for eternity.
Right.
You know, what the hell does that mean? You know, it's beyond space and time, exactly. So it's some part of you that is beyond time, before time. The only other thing that people can connect with that is the creator, is what we call a God, is we call that intelligence, is we call that one. And then that becomes the clue. You know, being separated from that or being one with that. Am I ever separated from it? Can I be separated? If I do think I'm separated from it, that even in its me understanding that is a hellish experience, is a negative experience. Me saying that I'm one with it and connected with it makes more sense, but in certain religions, that's sacrilegious. You ain't what? You God, you ain't shut up. You ain't one with God. You ain't what? Create a tree, make it rain. That some silly shit like that.
Right.
But again, if they say to their God, make it rain or create a tree, it ain't gonna happen. So again, you know, it's what the fuck you talking about?
Right.
And again, if I deal with science, I can make it rain. I do know man does know the science to fucking make it rain, whether you playing or not. I can plant a tree. It's gonna take time. Yeah, but don't talk to me like that. I ain't saying that. And whatever that concept of the creator, don't move around like that. Then we say, well, God gonna strike you down, and God gonna get out of here with that kindergarten mind, with the scare tactics and this, that, and other. You know what I'm saying? You know. So it's just a different way of looking at it. So why would I fear the creator if I'm one with the creator? And then when I hear some of the stories that the creator done, that shit don't make sense. I rejected that. That gotta be from an alien fucking identity. That's some alien shit. That's them saying that shit. I don't rock with that.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense.
Right. Yeah. Just like when we're looking at these 5 different dimensions of the self, that makes sense to us that we should look at ourselves that way. Why we wouldn't talk like that fucking from the beginning?
Right.
Yeah. It makes perfectly fucking good sense. then you separate us and thinking that we something else or whatever. That's why so many of us gotta have psychological problems, and so many black men committing suicide. That's some shit we never fucking was doing. We committing suicide, brothers. We giving up. We ain't passing on them immunities that let us know what we went through to survive. We literally fucking giving up because the motherfucking take your woman. Somebody else sleep with your woman, or somebody call you a name or something. We blow our brains out and take our lives. We trying to get away. A lot of us doing these chemicals so much to try to get away that they taking their brains out, popping pills and drinking and smoking and doing this. How the fuck you gonna do all that? That's overloading. You know what I'm saying? And we always say you can do your thing, do it in moderation. Anybody told you that? It ain't what you do, it's how you do it in moderation. We forgot about that. We just, because we empty. We don't know, we don't have the knowledge of self, and we empty. So we trying to put in anything. We don't know that we are divine beings. We don't know that we are pure like gold, so we try to put on all the gold. Right. The society say that we ain't shit, so it's let me get the biggest car. Look at me, look at me. Let me do something just destructive so you can just see me. I don't care if I die, just know my name. Starving for attention because we don't have knowledge of self. And once we have knowledge of self and truly know we are, we put away those childish things. We stop acting like that. We each one of us, we probably all went through at that stage. We don't want that shit no more. We went through it. We were brought up in America. Shit, I tried to shine. I tried to get the biggest this and that to find and fighting over because somebody messing with my whatever. We all went through that. We wasn't just settling that and saying we wanted the best. You know, we warriors out here in this world. Some was God know us to where we made it. There's a lot of us that know these stories that's not with us now.
You know, that was a lot of the pretenses I left Michigan, man, was on those strengths right there, right? You know, not the episode so much, but on the strengths, man. You know, because I was about to, you know, it's so easy to destroy yourself, man. And because of those pretenses. And so I was like, fuck that. You know, that inner self was speaking loud to me, man. I couldn't articulate it at that time this way, you know, but there was definitely the actions. That was no different, right? I'm about to bust a long left, and replant and gather, you know, gather my fruits from, you know, once I left them, right? You know, but they're gonna be over here with me, right? Anybody that want to ride can ride with me over here, right? You know, so I mean, I got people saying, you know, when you're coming back to visit. I'm thinking, when you come in to visit, that's what it is. When you come and sit at my crib, man, we're gonna sit out on that back porch and we're gonna be at the round table, the nights at the round table, man. You can believe that, you know, that's mandatory, right? You know what I mean? So hey, let's see who the true TLC is. You want to introduce yourself?
It's Tammy, Jennifer's sister. Hi, Jamie.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Cut?
How you doing?
Okay. How you doing? Peace. Hey, so yeah.
She ain't new to this.
Sure, ain't.
No, I've been another time. I've had a lot going on, so
yeah,
I hadn't been able to log in.
No worries.
But you know, this is where we get our settlement too. You know, when we're going through a lot of stuff, man. You know, I try to make sure that, you know, I show up on this, man, because this is where we regather our senses, right? Because we've been so indoctrinated in various ways, in various aspects of life, that you know, we'll step off the curb, man, and running into that wall consistently, right? So, you know, we come and get centered, you know, African centered, and then we go back about our business, right?
Yeah, we're glad to have you back, man. Glad to have you back.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And it's truly good to have the queens on, man. You know, it's really good to have queens on.
Yes.
Because, you know, because that Bible ain't got nothing for you, right? That indoctrinated state, even outside the Bible, ain't got nothing for you. You know, you're much more supreme than that. And so, you know, welcome home, baby girl. Yeah, you know that thing about, you know, eating right, man, putting, you know, the physical part, man, I got cats with you know, the same conditions that I got, man. And you know, I be trying to, you know, feed them, man. I be trying to give them the information and stuff, and especially our brothers and sisters, right? And man, they don't want no parts of it, man. But they see me, right? And I have to remember that, you know, it was a little bit of a journey. Like I said, man, Reg was posting for about a year with my attention, right? He had been doing it. And it took me a little bit to get into it, man, because I was like, damn, that shit makes sense, man. But, you know, God ain't going like that. Jesus definitely ain't going to deal with it, right? And then the Holy Spirit is one that they left with me, man. So he, you know, what? Right? And then I got to tell my wife, I was telling Carrie, I was telling her shit that Reg was saying, and she looking at me cross-eyed like a motherfucker, right? But hey, you can see she ride with us, right? All day long, right? Right.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, you all right, man? You want to talk? You want to say something?
Hey man, I'm just enjoying listening, man. But yeah, everything is good here on this end, brother. Y'all doing the thing. That's good, man. I agree with everything everyone is saying. It's a lot though. It's a lot. We talked about a lot. You talked about how it's like a shaking your head kind of thing when you think about how others can get deceived. But man, think about it. Shit, we was deceived. Everybody, that shit happened to people that was closed off and cut off from information. So don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on the people who still trying to find light, because people work fucking hard really to try to suppress the light, but man, they work real hard. So we got to remember that. Hey, it's work in progress, but goddamn, I understand you do get tired sometimes. Excuse my language, but you do get tired sometimes trying to liberate the mind. Yeah, but we just got to keep going. Take a break sometimes and regroup, but then get back in there, man. Get back in there. Yeah, that's all I gotta say so far.
Hey, Sharon, you got some tough boys on here, man. You know, Eric is, you know, he's well schooled, man. Gerald, Jamie, well schooled. You know, the Queen keep on touching in, and Carrie getting well schooled, man. And you know, one day Carrie gonna speak up, man, because you know we had conversations, and she be dropping them bombs, man, and then spreading that love, right? Boom, spread love, right?
I hear you.
You know.
Like I say, I'm learning, man. I'm learning. I'm absorbing.
Yeah, but you got a lot to offer. We're gonna wait till the after party, man. But I know Sharon locked and loaded too.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Gerald, I mean, Queen Carrie, you want to say something?
She just leaning back.
Oh, is she good?
Yeah, she just
I don't
leaning
want
back.
to, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to, you know, yeah.
Judy is in the hospital, and yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
But Judy is in the hospital, and Judy keep calling her and bugging her, so she's trying to evade that shit.
Oh, is she okay?
She'll be all right.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Well, something else. Hey, hey, okay. Gerald, go ahead, King. Go ahead, King.
I don't know what I know we was if I'm finna freestyle, or y'all want another lesson, or I'm.
But no, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to I mean, if you was done, we can go ahead and close it out, man, and do the after party.
Okay.
You want to close it out, or you got more that you want to say, man?
We got some more, man. We got some more.
You got some more for the crowd, man. You know, because
me and Sharon was going back, and I know we was gonna play back a little wrong, just you know, with the Asarian resurrection or the judgment, or just dealing with that concept and how it got into the Christian concept. I mean, however y'all want to do.
What you know about the Asarian concept, Sharon? What you know about that judgment scene?
Not a whole lot.
Okay, good.
Not a
good.
whole lot, man.
That's all right, man. This is a place you can learn, man. And then you can always connect with these cats, man. You just, look them up and, at the after party, we can exchange numbers, whatever you want to do to stay connected, Sharon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then baby girl too. So, we all fam locked like that. So, you good, Gerald?
Yeah, I'm good.
Anything else you wanted to drop on us?
If y'all good, I'm good. If anybody got any questions, anybody got anything that I said that they want to elaborate or anything else that they might have been holding back, I'm open for anything.
I really wanted to hear about, and I can't articulate what you said, man, to bring it back up. It ain't coming back to memory right now. But that's some hot shit, man. It had to deal with that from and of, and are we divine? And but you added something else onto it, and I can't remember what it was, man.
Okay, from the Facebook post.
Yeah. And then I said, man, I sure hope you share that Sunday. But there was another part that you added on, man. I can't remember for the life of me right now.
I think it was does divine mean to or from the creator, or something like that there. And then people would say to or from. Then I think I asked, or do you consider yourself divine? I think Jamie put I am. Something like that.
Yeah. You bringing it up, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah, I knew it was.
Turn that off.
Jamie don't be playing. He be showing receipts, baby.
You got to check in the seat.
Hey, Sharon and Eric is all about the book. If you ain't got a book, man, shut the fuck up.
Okay. All right.
No, it ain't necessarily shut up, man. That's just my version.
No, he just
Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead, Eric.
No, that's right. I don't believe that, man. But I am a firm believer that resources, man. Anytime you're doing some, exchanging information, we need to have some resources and be able to cite get information from and try to have more than one. So a person can go back for educational purposes. The person needs to be able to go back themselves and go back and see that information for themselves. I don't care how information is information, video, book, scroll, papyrus, however it is, but you need to have something that you can go back and review, study, because there's a lot of it. That's all I'm saying. That's all you're saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So that's the question, Sharon, right there. And then make sure you show your answer too, Jamie.
And then so it says, does divine mean from or of the creator, supreme being, nature, God, the all, the one? And it's question mark. That's a question, right? And then Gerald also asks, do you consider yourself to be divine? Why or why not? Right. Let me see. So you want me to, okay, so then so I said let me see what happened.
You have to start smelling, man.
I went the wrong way.
Yeah, so I broke out the book. I broke out the etymology book and looked into it. And of is more connected, and from is more divided, more separated from.
So my answer was, I am divine because I have no beginning nor end. I am. So that was my answer.
Right. What was my answer?
And yours was let me see. Yours was
I just
I'm gonna go with I looked at a few definitions and etymology. It would be interesting to hear your retort. Because I am of the all. That's what you said.
Right.
Yeah.
So Sharon, we put stuff up like this on Sankofa 180 degrees. You can see it. You can see it up at the top there saying how to jump in there. And Sharon isn't really on Facebook like that anymore, but in case you want to, you can scroll through and you can see, man, it's locked and loaded on that page.
Okay.
It's locked and loaded, man. And you're free, and you feel free to put anything up that you want, right?
Okay.
You look at the you'll look at and see what the administrative purpose is, right? You know,
Yeah.
and then you can go by, you're smart enough to go by, the standards of that stuff. So
Right.
and then you'll see what's on there and stuff to broaden the horizon some. So, we welcome your stuff, Saran.
Okay, thanks.
And Tammy too. Anytime, Tammy.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, so go ahead,
The
Gerald.
the purpose of that is even showing if anybody's connecting back to their spiritual roots through an alien identity or through their origin identity. Okay? So, to say you are divine and one with the creator or one with the all, that's African. It's not valid. The only other way is to say that you are born in sin. You're not born divine. You with me?
Here we go.
So if you are born divine, you have everything within you to connect with the creator. You don't need a mediator. There's no such thing as a savior or mediator between you and the creator. That's African 101. If you are born not divine, as they say in original sin, that disconnects you from the creator and you need something to bring you back. The Christians say that's Jesus dying on the cross. He had to save them. He had to shed his blood from that original sin that we were all born in.
To
If
bridge
you go
that
into
gap.
that way of thinking, ain't no way you can get out of it. You're born in original. Well, I ain't even did nothing that's bad. Hey, God damn it, you're born in original sin.
That's right. That's right.
But we got the backup plan to get you out of it. Jesus came and did this here, and all you need to believe. And it's like, well, why would y'all do all that in the first place? But that's the alien identity that you got to believe in. That makes sense?
That's right.
And if you believe in this, you get everlasting life. If you believe in this. There go that eternity thing again.
Here we go.
Remember that?
That's what I'm talking about. That's the part I'm talking about.
Then he's telling you get eternal life if you believe in him. At the end times, you find out that everybody get eternal life anyway. It just might be in hell according to their thing. But you are eternal being, period. From the fucking beginning. That makes sense?
All day.
Yeah. It don't say like the Christian is gonna get eternal life and everybody else that don't get eternal life, it's not existing no more. No, they still exist, they get just a hell of it. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't to say, well, you ain't gonna exist no more. Some people might say that's cool. They say, nah, niggas, y'all gonna get hell forever. Fear. Fear. I don't know. I got faith. I don't know. Because of what I don't know. If I can put a fear in you and put fear in this mind, you might just go that way. If you don't know nothing else. But sometimes these brothers and sisters done said, hey, something's wrong with that. I reject the matrix. I'm finna return back to the now. I'm finna return back and see what these people was talking about. And lo and behold, this makes sense to my core. This is not alien to me. I understand this.
Right.
Because it was created especially for us.
Right. It was forced, the other stuff was forced on us, but when we was little, we was told, you was little and you wanted to question it, but you get the shit beat out of you. And they tell you you're questioning God. When you really just wanted to know. I don't got the answer. Shut up.
All right.
You don't question God. Huh? Right in here, shut up. Well, you know, so that they put the fear of God in you.
Oh,
Learn not to question those things. Those things were not
what you
supposed
want
to
me to
be
put
understood
the
by you.
yeah?
You are lowly rich. You need to be saved and be humble. They got some scriptures that say, wanting to know is, hey, you want to know, you're going against yourself. No, you need to learn about this here. Not you don't even know nothing about yourself. Hell wrong with you.
Hey, excuse me, I don't mean to be cutting it short, man, but I got something I gotta do.
Hey, I'll send you the recording, Sharon, and we can kick it later.
Okay. When y'all going like to some little thing afterwards, right after?
Right after.
Or will it? Oh, okay.
Right
Yeah,
after.
I'm gonna be a little tied up, man.
That's all right. We just, jump on with us anytime during the week. We definitely on live Friday, right? But you can get on with us anytime during the week. And then I really want you to share what you want to share, man.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Based on this stuff or whatever, but definitely based on this conversation. I'll send you the recording, man, and then you'll have that too. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna plug in with you, Jamie.
Okay, yeah, for sure,
Try
man.
to call you a little later. Renard gave me a number.
Okay, yeah, do that, man, for sure, man. And feel free, man, to invite whoever, man, anybody that that you think would be interested, man, to tell them to come on in, man. This is what we doing, man. It's respectful. It ain't nothing all crazy and out of order. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, it's just, it ain't nothing, I mean, it's, and we got a lot of information over here, man. It's a lot going on.
Right.
You going to buy Moo still, or you going to bust a left? Hey, you go by there, man. You go by there, man, and you see some people, man. Hit me up on FaceTime.
Okay.
Yeah. No doubt.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Hey,
I'll be in touch, y'all.
Okay.
All right.
Love you, man.
Please, love y'all.
Hey,
love
stay on them affirmations, baby boy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
I love you, man.
All right. Yo, love.
Peace, bro.
Hey,
Jamie. Peace, man.
Jamie, I'm about to pull up this little lick for you to play. I'll send it to you in just a second. But Gerald, will you give us a sample of the brain and the mind? Give me a little sample of the brain and the mind, and then I'm gonna send Jamie this little clip, and I'm gonna see how close it is, man.
The brain is physical. The mind is not.
Right.
The mind can still operate without the brain, which is the most confusing part to us. So it lets us know before there's the material level, there's the spiritual level. Before things that are made material, they are just like our soul, it's immaterial. Can't touch, you know what I'm saying? I forget the word, excuse my language. But our basic core is not nothing physical. That makes sense?
Yeah.
When we talked about those 5 dimensions, you got the physical body, you got us messing around with other people, that's physical. When you start going straight into that mind, that ain't physical. When you start going into the historical, you can deal with history of people, and when you deal with that soul, that ain't physical. We are also what they call metaphysical beings.
Metaphysical, that's right.
Yeah, meta, above the physical. So it's something that creates the physical. When we look at atoms and stuff, these are small little goddamn things that's coming together before they get this material thing that we got. Some of the smallest atoms are immaterial gases and things of that sort, if that makes sense. Yeah. So even think of your core of something it's a gaseous type, but I ain't gonna even put it on that, but if your mind can just go to something like that. But the brain is not the mind. And some people would say, well, if you lose certain parts of the brain, you know what I'm saying, your mind ain't gonna operate, which seems like that could be true, but it shows instances where even with certain parts of the whole mind gone, the whole brain gone, their mind still operates. So it's just a fact rather than whether we believe it or not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to find this lick, man. I can't find it. Because KRS-One give a great depiction of that, man, right there.
There's one been the teaching for a while. There's one, a lot of those, like I say, the way that I used to kind of listen to the music of today and get stirred in the wrong way. Those brothers back in the day, in the late 80s, early 90s, was bringing, they were returning back to the motherland. They would show us images like Marcus Garvey, the red, black, and green, even though it might went over many of our heads. Many of us might have even put on the medallions more in a bad way, not understanding, but it was there. It was there. I remember having the black medallion. I remember first seeing KRS-One with the tech, not understanding that he had copied that from Malcolm. When Malcolm was saying his life for what he was going through, you know. I remember the brand Nubian calling each other's gods and peace God. And I would do that for a while before, the nigger culture came in. Kind of got caught up into that until I had to exercise my right to, hey, don't call me that word. What does that mean when you call me that? That's redefining, you know what I'm saying? So most times you'll hear me calling my brothers and sisters king. If I really get into them and into the culture, I'm gonna call them nephew. I'm gonna call them a divine being, because that's what I know that they are, divine beings. The spiritual people, spiritual beings. So I'm connecting back to my culture. I got the foreign and the alien identity out of me. So it would be alien to call myself a divine being. I'm only a wretched poor soul. That's when they misinterpreted our culture when they came in and saw that and say, oh, they think they God. They never would deny that they were divine beings. I see the God in you. I see the divinity in you. Jamie, I see the divinity in you, huh? I see the divinity in you, Carrie. It is what it is.
Appreciate that, bro.
I see the divinity in myself. So it's a different way that you looked at your culture, and a different way that you're going to behave, and a different way that you're going to act if you see yourself as that. Dr. Francis Chris Wilson, one of our most renowned psychologists, told us that we call ourselves the B word and the N word, constantly and constantly. That's what we're going to behave like.
Right.
Nobody who constantly calls themselves those type of things or building or doing anything positive. I don't care how we try to fix it around. I'm a real nigga. I'm a bad bitch. It don't matter. No. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Yeah.
And that's your excuse to act like one too. That's
right. Again, these are all the different parts of the cells that we got to pull back together. Collectively, holistically. It's not just one. I can't be into my spiritual thing, right? Into my comedic thing. Then when I go out in the neighborhood, I'm acting just like a crazy, you know what I'm saying? Being crazy in the community. Before it's on my social self. You know what I'm saying? Right. There's no way I should do that. I can't be into the comedic thing and then just mistreating my body on some crazy, don't understand about my body. Yeah, it's gonna be a contradiction. Holistically, I put them all together. I can't be in the comedic thing and down with white Egyptology from their point of view. It's alien doing it that way. You understand?
That's right.
Yeah. I had to come from an African-centered point of view and do that with everything as much possible, each and every day throughout my whole life, to what it's in my politics, my food, where I spend my money, everything from an African-centered point of view, you know. And that's what I'm going to end on for this talk tonight. And again, I appreciate everybody for listening to my presentation, dealing with why we do what we do. It's about knowledge of self. First concept of getting your knowledge of self is to accept and understand that you have been miseducated. You firmly have to accept that. That's what the whole system was about, miseducating it, and you ain't above it.
Right.
So once you accept that you got these shackles that's on you, not physical shackles, but shackles that's on your mind and control what you're thinking, because they don't control us physically now. It's all from in here. So once you saying I'm gonna knock off this miseducation and get this knowledge of self, you understand I'm gonna deal with it on a spiritual level. I'm gonna deal with it on a physical level. I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm gonna take care of my mind. I'm gonna take care of my community. And I'm gonna learn my goddamn history. When I bring that all together, I'm gonna be such a strong and valuable person to myself, with the community, the youngsters, the people that come around me. I am a fountain of youth. I'm a fountain of wisdom.
Right.
And I'll be able to be an example and show people that these are the blueprints that I learned and I wanted to share with everybody. So you can have a full understanding that even when you see it, that's miseducation. They got an alien identity. Okay. Let me teach them about who do they know about their core? Do they know about these 5 dimensions of self? You know what I'm saying? With these 5 dimensions of self, if I ask them about it, would they think that that's African centered or European centered or whatever centered? You get centered from somewhere else than who they truly are. At that time, they might say, I ain't African. I can't deal with that person at this point. I can't make them be what they not. I'm only dealing with my brothers who woke, and I keep it moving, keep showing an example. But again, I appreciate everybody for listening to that. Hopefully in the future, you'll see me building on that in the future. But Black Power, Black Love, and I'm gonna turn the flow back over to Unc or Jamie or whoever got it. But thank y'all. Salute, power to the people.
Hey, RBG, baby, all day, man. Thank you so much, King. No doubt.
Already.
Right here, man. I just ain't got my uncle on, man. And thank you so much, man. To me, it's a privilege, right? It's a privilege. Jamie, you still there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Hey, will you throw that little joint on? It's not the same thing I was looking for, but it's a good indie.
Okay, hold on. Yes, sir. Sure will, man. Hey, I sure will. Hold on.
Big ups to you, Gerald. All day,
That's
baby.
great.
I don't do that for Wakanda either, man. I do it to hug you, man.
Okay.
A good
I
solid ass
understand
love,
it.
man. That's a solid
I
ass love.
understand it.
That mean you ain't getting nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. We're right
Yeah.
here, baby.
Already. Arms around me. That's what's up.
Yeah.
But you
I sent you that joint on Messenger.
you could have
I could have did it myself too, but
yeah, why don't you just go ahead and play it? Because I don't know if this is it. You talking about the full moon? Is the super moon?
no, hold up.
Because I don't see anything.
I gotta find it again. I sent it to you.
I don't see anything.
Let me see.
Hey, okay, so listen.
Okay, you see that YouTube joint right underneath
Okay,
it?
I see that now. I see it now.
Yeah. It's just a
that?
little quick 30-second thing, man.
All right, let me bring it up real quick.
It wasn't the one I was looking for, man, but it still has a strong message.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and here we go, King. Bam, you should see it. Y'all see it?
Yep.
All right. So fam, KRS-One and True Master.
Can't hear it though.
Uh-oh. Hold on, fam. Oh.
A lot of people think when they read the Bible that the same revelation that's written in the Bible is gonna be their judgment in life. That Jesus is gonna come and judge the world, and you gonna get hemmed up with that. And you better be good. A God of justice is not gonna judge the slave the way they judge the slave master. You started out with nothing, everything taken from you. You a prisoner of war. You can go to God and say, God, I never even got a chance to know myself. How could I know you? God even knows that already. So the judgment is not on us. But what we do, we forgot about us. We forgot about our God. And what we do is we read the Bible and we say, wow, we gonna suffer the same fate as the Jews. No, you're not Jewish. If you ever want to escape Armageddon, read a different book.
That's hip hop.
That's hip hop.
There you go. There you go, right there. Hey, so Tammy, you know, you might want to download that Meta Historical by KRS-One. That's got some hot licks on it about our stuff. He got a song on there called "He's Us," you know, and a few other hot joints on there. So, but it's about this business. So I thought that would compliment you well, Gerald.
Already.
Yeah.
Read another book, know your history, and you'll reject that because you'll know it's alien to you.
Yeah, and
that if you got a proper concept of God, it wouldn't do that. It's like that's somebody else writing that. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? That can't be my God. I don't want that.
Right.
I don't want those scriptures or those lessons that go with that God. And you can't scare me and say you're gonna do something to me with that God. I don't, that's not got nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Get a
And
different
again,
book.
if you was a slave, as he said, you don't know nothing else, you in trouble.
Yeah.
The last key to that, and I don't want to be so long, is sometimes when we get out of it and we get mad, we get to fighting too long about we don't like it no more. That makes sense? It's one thing to say that ain't mine, but that don't mean you know what yours is. Now you got to know what yours is and practice yours. A lot of our people just get stuck and start to slam them other ones. That ain't my shit. That shit crazy. But it still don't mean you know what yours is. Once you get to knowing what yours is, you won't care about them no more. Because they going to keep, you find out they still going to be doing that shit.
Yeah, Carrie getting ready to, I was going to say, Carrie.
You want to read it?
Uh.
So Carrie said, thank you, Gerald, for a great presentation. Thanks to all the other kings too. Unfortunately, I need to get off right now. I learned a lot. Yeah.
Sweet. Hey,
yeah,
so,
I'm gonna take her up there to see her sister real quick too and shit. So
right. We gonna close out, man. Go ahead and close on out, huh?
Yeah, so big ups to the panel. Even though you jumped on a little late, Tammy, we'll get you that video. Jamie will send it to you. All right. And we'll make sure everybody get it. Everybody get it that usually is on the panel. So you won't have to be without it. And we also get on Fridays too, Tammy. Friday at 7 p.m. All right. So you're welcome. You're welcome to join in then too. Even if it's just for a little short period of time, you're gonna get saturated by just a little bit. You're gonna be overflowing if you get to go out, right? Yeah. So either way, you walking out with a full saturation. All right.
Yeah. I'm absorbing information, even if I'm not talking. I may not be able to come on consistently, but I'll be on.
Yeah, no doubt. And Eric said he had to take an important call, so he'll get back with us too. And so, anybody that's out there in the field, man, just if you see this video and you view it, man, we had a great teaching today, and there's hit that like button or that dislike button, and put a comment down there though, either way, and feel free to share this with anybody, and then hit that subscribe button, man. Chime in anytime you want to. You can also join the Facebook group page, Sankofa 180 degrees. It has the little degree signal at the sign at the end of Sankofa 180. And you can jump on with us and scroll through, and feel free to join, and then invite other people if you like, right? Go ahead.
And I say this, for those 5 dimensions, if anybody sees a subject that they want us to talk about or they want to discuss, that's what the building comes in. Some people gonna be strong in certain subjects already. Some people are into the physical and just, so if it's a certain subject that y'all want to talk about, if you can bring some to the table, come teach us.
Right. For
Yeah,
sure.
no doubt. No doubt.
Black Power, Black Love. History, whatever it is. You got 5 different dimensions. Each one teach one. Come help us out also. So
Right.
Yeah, we've been dummied down long enough, man. So, you don't have to feel ashamed or, you ain't up to par and all that kind of stuff. And, just come on in and get some, man, and share some with us, because we all learning, like Gerald said. And he also put up a couple other banners up there too. So, if you want to talk about any of those, or if you have something on the top of your head that you like or dislike about, what we're doing, come and talk about it, man.
Right.
Black Power, Black Unity, RBG all day. And we got the kids a book read next week, right? We got the children's book read next week. So we're giving away a free book, right? Let me just show you this. I got a couple here. Jamie got a stack of them, That's just his MO anyway. That's Jamie's MO all his life, right? You got some, I got some, right? And so in a great humble way too, right? A way of provisions. And so we do a raffle, and all we ask is that you have that child that wins the book, the free book, come back and read that book, right? And you have a great there's people in there that they can communicate with, and just have a good time, man. And once again, we keeping afloat with the United States. I'm not even gonna stick it on Florida alone, even though they're the most active. They're trying to keep that. They got already laws set to diminish even more so the history, right? And so, like I said, man, if they're willing to do that to their own kids, man, they don't give a fuck about us, right? So, yeah, that's it, man. And I wanted to say, Chris Graham and Raven, they out there doing some real field work, man. The power is out in Michigan and Lansing, and they out there doing their work, man. And he really wanted to get on. I talked to him, and he says, I'm out here doing this field work, man. And I big that up, right? And then
Right. Yeah, for sure.
somebody else chimed in too. And but either way, we got a good panel, man, and we got a good group going. Feel free to join Sankofa 180 degrees, scroll through, it's locked and loaded. Read the administrative clause up there, and then feel free to impart some of your own information if you like. So once again, we get on Fridays too. Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and it's been going really good, 2 times a week, man. That's pretty thick. And you go to church 4 times a week, so come on, get it, man. Hey, big ups to you, Jamie, for your longevity, man, and you stick to it in this, man. Your passion for this, man. I jumped this off, man. I told Jamie, I said, man, we might as well go and do this, man. You got so much to offer, man. And I'm not limited myself, but I did this for my baby boy over there, man. And he just took flight with it. So, I thank you for, handling all the controls and stuff like that, man. Oh, it was Prince, and we just keep him up, man. We just keep him lifted up, man. He's going through it, man, and he's doing what he can, man. And we'll make sure we lock in with him, today, tomorrow, sometime, whenever, That's it.
Okay. And Tammy, you wanna close out? Or the True TLC.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Man, I like, well, I just want to say, because I kind of chimed in a little late, so everybody just know thyself.
All right.
Right.
Stay humble.
That's right.
All right.
Hey, folk ain't gonna know the difference between humble and bold, man. You know, cause I come with a great humility, and the humility is I'm tired of that bullshit, right?
Right.
Right, and it's at my fingertips, man. So I'm dropping it hot, man. And
So
you
you
know,
bold.
and when we get to know each other as we know ourselves, we know that it's a humble state of presentation through me instead of feeling.
Right. So I
Nice
wish I
shit.
had something more profound to close out with today, but that's what I'm offering. Sorry.
Hey, that was profound right there.
Yeah,
You know
Thank
what I mean?
yeah.
Especially
Love having you.
know thyself. That's
you.
that's the key. That's the whole key. Yeah.
And big up to Marcus Garvey back there, and
Yeah.
and the RBG flag too, all day.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Hey,
And
big
so-
up one more thing, man.
Go ahead, King.
Big ups to the new Black Panther Party movement. You know, anybody got any information, any questions about that? We got your boy Gerald down there. You know, you're running a full chapter, you know, in the South, and so you know, I'm with that too. So bless you.
For sure. And family, like Unc said, that children book read first Sunday first Sunday every month, and it's coming up this Sunday the next Sunday coming up, right? And so we need to go ahead, family, and really pay attention. Like I said, Ron DeSantis is rewriting history in our face. You know what I'm saying? The man said that that the slaves benefited from slavery. You know what I'm saying? And so, and you know, and got certain skills out of being enslaved. And I'm saying, how can that happen when we built the pyramids? And I mean, how can you say that? So here, you know, so here's a little something, family. We had the children read a book. You know what I'm saying? They you know what I'm saying? Uncle already explained all that. So I just want to just play this real quick, family, and then we're gonna be out.
Let me just say this real quick. Before we got on, man, I was watching, you know, on the news, man, and then when one of the Republicans, not the black dude, but the other, you know, the other dude with color, Swami, you know, this dude said, it's promoting racism to talk about our history. Okay. To keep rehashing our history and to bring up anything new, it's promoting history, it's promoting racism. So fuck that nigga too.
Oh, DeSantis for real.
No, not DeSantis. I'm talking about Swami. And I don't know the correct name of his, but his last name has Swami in it. So there's the other dude of color, right? Not the South Carolina cat, but the other dude of color. Right.
I'm just saying, man, when you got people like that, man, you're gonna have them, man. And you know what? That's them agents right there.
Yeah.
You gotta watch them cats, man. That's them agents right there, man. They put in there just for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They trying to normalize this shit, man, and they seeing how you gonna take it. That's all. Hey, anyway, fam, here we go with this. I just want to show y'all this.
Let's talk about this brother Asar and how this brother Hands is rated E for everyone. Everyone's about to catch it. Oh, you don't believe me? Ask Young Buck right here that's catching the 1-2 and the do-ride biscuit special, baby, and no gravy was offered. And if he's doing this to the ground, you know those punches hurt. I would have been like, I should have used some sick days. Also, Asar isn't just nice with his hands, he's nice at avoiding hands too. Look at his brother dodging and weaving, looking like Ali in his prime. Well, if the young brother can float like a butterfly, we know he can sting like a bee. This brother Asar hits this brother so hard, he goes into another comic book. And then he did some next level stuff, he hits the ground, and then he starts hitting the rocks at super speed like he's freaking E Honda from Street Fighter. You know how nasty your hand-eye coordination has to be to do this? And talking about coordination, Ninja Warrior who? What's this brother's vertical and why is it the Knicks on the phone getting him? Hey, yo, dang, my brother. And this brother just be remaining mad cool in some of the most chaotic and problematic moments, like no fear. The brother's a natural born leader and tactician. And just in case you might have missed it, the brother's rocking a Baldy, and you know the Ball brothers out here be OP. I mean, look at the gleam. Was the gleam the plan? Well, to find out this plan, make sure you go to blacksands.com, scroll down a little, and click one of the collections. Because real talk, when you start, it's hard to stop, baby. Peace out, fams. Or Sands. You get it? Because Black Sands.
Hey, so fam, I'm just saying, man, listen, all I'm saying is please just you know, look out for the kids if you don't do nothing else. All right. Look out for the babies, man. You know what I'm saying? Let them know their history. Our books, our books is about our books is about real history, real people, real times, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, Black Africa. That's what they're about. You know what I'm saying? Free books, they can get them, man. You know what I'm saying? Good books. You know what I mean? These books is not cheap books. Really good books. Anyway, family, thanks for joining. Like and subscribe. Comment. Let us know what you think. You know what I'm saying? And you know, don't be scared to join in, man. You know, we got queens coming in, man, left and right, right? So I mean, if they, you know, and they ain't got no fear. You see that? They ain't got no fear. They coming right on in, like, what's up? Right. So I'm just saying, fam, come on in, man. I always put the link in the chat. You're welcome. Uh, anybody else?